Hi, this is Josh from Shamma Sandals, and I want to give you my initial impressions on the Warrior Maximus. So what I have here is a little bit of a hybrid. This is the Warrior Maximus LE, and I used the black footbed like we're currently doing with the Stealth model. I just thought, I'll keep it all black, but I'm using the regular Elite lacing system with the ultra suede instead of the leather that's on the Stealth. I am also using Achilles Armor on the back. I've been wearing it with that. Really quickly, what I wanted to tell you about this, we've been offering the Warrior Maximus since the fall, I think around November, something like that. And I haven't worn them until, I didn't start wearing them until like probably the beginning of May. And the reason I did that was I was finishing up testing on a pair of Warriors, and I just needed to finish that before I switched over to these. So, but I'm making these my summer sandal basically. And when I was testing those Warriors, I was doing a durability test on the plugs, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And I was strictly running in those. So all the miles I got on those Warriors, it was all like running, you know, basically at like a 7:45 and lower, or up to 8-minute miles, stuff like that range. And like I said in another video, like over 500 miles in those, and I'm still tacking on a few miles here and there, but that was exclusively running. These ones, however, I'm running and I'm walking in them. So right now, this is my initial impressions. I've got like 48 miles running in them, and I've probably got 100 miles walking in them, because I've been wearing these everywhere. These are my main sandals while I'm going out and about. Anyways, so here's my initial impressions. At first I kind of held off on this material for a long time. It was it's the 8mm Vibram Nuflex. So for me it was like, well, I've either got Warriors or I've got Mountain Goats. Or the Chargers. I think I have enough in between. But these ones really do, I want to say, what I like about these, having spent probably 100 miles in them, is I feel like they're very tough. It's a very tough sandal. It's very durable at the same time as being very minimal. So I feel like you almost get the ruggedness of the Mountain Goats, obviously, but you're a little bit thinner, right? And so it's pretty cool for those of you that want to get close to the ground, stay as close to the ground as possible, but like kind of maximize the durability and toughness. I think the Warrior Maximus is for you. Let me show you, if you come a little bit closer. So here's the thing. Now, when I did the durability testing on the Warriors, the reason we did that is with the Warriors, all we really can do is remove where the plugs go. All we can do is remove the tread. So the plugs are basically, you know, riding on the ground. But the cool thing is with a Maximus, we can countersink the plug into the sole. There's enough room to do that. And as you can see, after 100 miles, everything looks fine. I mean, it's basically like unscathed, because, you know, they're not really, they're just barely being touched. And if the tread actually were to wear away on these ones, you know, it would remove like a millimeter of material. They'd still be very strong. So so that aspect of them is very durable. And the other aspect that is very durable too is the material itself. I try to tell people, and this might sound a little like counterintuitive, but you don't actually need very much material for a hard surface on the soling material, because people think, I think people think that I want cushion. I know people think that, because you look at all the shoes out there, they're very padded, very cushioned, all the running shoes, and that cushioning is going to stop you from like hitting the ground and it hurting. Well, if you're not relying on the cushioning and you're relying on your own equipment, a hard surface is totally fine. You just adjust your running style and it's comfortable. So for me, actually, Warriors are great. A standard Warrior at 5mm is plenty of protection for asphalt or, you know, sidewalk, pavement, that kind of thing. And where I really like these is where I don't like the Warriors is when I'm running on like a fire road, which is hard packed with odd pieces of gravel. And those little pieces of gravel, you're going to feel them with the Warrior, and especially as we transition out of like the wetter months here in the spring, as it gets dry, all those here in Santa Cruz, all the dry gravel starts poking up out of the road, and you start feeling that stuff more. Well, the Warrior Maximus gives you enough protection where, and because of the nature of the 8870 New Flex material, it's a little tougher than say like the Moreflex you get with the Chargers. It really sort of protects your feet quite a bit from the gravel. So maybe not quite as much as the Mountain Goat, but you get a lot of protection. So fire roads are no problem, and you're very low to the ground. So it's really tough. They're durable. The plugs are going to last a really long time in this. They're going to last the full life of the sandal, no problem, or maybe even outlive the soling material. And then as far as like the experience, you're going to have that protection for your feet from those odd bits of gravel and stuff like that. And you'll still have that ground feel, but you know, it's not going to be like as intense as if you were in the regular Warrior. So far I'm really liking them. I think they have a great place in our lineup. And one last thing, I'll just make a little bid for the Achilles Armor. I'm actually developing a secret sandal that no one knows about yet, and this was part of that project, is the Achilles Armor. And the cool thing is that we're able to bring that to you now before that sandal eventually you know, hits the market down the road. So this is really cool. It just adds a lot of if you can see, I've been wearing these a while and they've taken the shape of my heel, and it just adds a little more security and comfort to the heel area on my foot. And let me put the sandals on just so you can see how they look, because we've had complaints. Some people said, hey, why don't you show us how the sandals look on your feet? Well, sorry, sometimes we make mistakes. Here you go. But really quickly, notice the way I have them set up. I set them up so that I've been putting power straps on when I run, but then I take them off right after I finish running, so just so you can see that they're pretty easy to slip on like that, and there it is. I'm going to tighten this a little bit, and I'm ready to go. And I've really, throw the other one on, I've really been liking these, and they're just kind of a simple, rugged, do anything kind of sandal, and I think you should get a pair. There's the Achilles Armor. And if you could hear all that sneezing in the background, I'll ask them not to sneeze on your sandals. I'm just kidding. Anyways, this is Josh from Shamma Sandals. Hope you liked my initial impressions of the Warrior Maximus. I'll bring you more when I hit probably the end of the summer, and I've got a few hundred miles of running on them and a lot more miles of walking, and I'll show you how they're doing. So anyways, talk to you later. Happy trails. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more weekly content. And make sure to click the bell so that you'll be notified every time we post something new.